Welcome to AlphaCars. My name is Dmitry and I'm reporting from our Boxborough location. We have an interesting project today. We have a customer concern on a Pitstop Ferrari chair. The customer concern was that over the 4 years of ownership, the chair overall kind of gotten loosened up, and then one of the armrests just collapsed down, broke off, and they checked on parts availability. They couldn't find any. We checked real quick online. We couldn't find any. So we decided we're just gonna fix it ourselves. And the first concern as far as chair just being loose, that's not uncommon. All the hardware just loosened up. So we're gonna retorque it. We're gonna clean the threads, reposition the hardware, put a little bit of a mild Loctite, and that's gonna address that concern. And then as far as a broken armrest, we had to just get a little bit deeper into that. So we're gonna show you, and it turns out this is not an isolated incident. There are other issues. So this video is hopefully gonna help other chair owners get their armrest back in functionality. So before we get right to it, we're gonna tell you we're in our smaller showroom. Behind is the full service department. Here is our office. We have a Porsche Taycan Turbo S right here. As always, we have variety. Right next to it, we have a military UAZ 469, and that's a true military version. We have a Bentley W12 twin turbo, low mileage, and ultra low mileage Corvette. You're gonna find all these vehicles and many more on alphacars.com. And please consider subscribing and sharing. So let's get right to it. So what do we have on the bench here? I took down the armrest suspension apart. The reason I say suspension, because it's actually it wasn't properly designed, but the idea was that you could lean on it and it would kind of give you a little movement. But I think you have to lean with substantial weight, and certainly the design of the threaded connections are not going to support that weight, and they will break, and they do break. So what do we have here? This is the stem, and this one goes right here, and then it has a sleeve that goes over it, and then it has the spring support, which is adjustable, but don't count on too many adjustments because the threads on the inside are of the horrific quality. Just to take it apart, you need to be very, very careful, and certainly use WD or some other quality lubricant. With that said, the original design was, this is the base for the armrest. And it takes this plate and the rubber armrest goes here. This is a very nice design, substantial quality design. This is good, way good. Now the base spins on with a thread, and we're gonna disclose, we measured the thread. It's a 10 millimeter diameter by 1.25 millimeter step. We're gonna need that later. So the design here is such that this goes on, and then there's a set Allen screw that goes through the body of the base and aligns with the slot here. Check this out. So the way it would align, it would just go in like this. But what happens, you can see this free play, so even from new, this armrest kind of wiggles, and it certainly does not feel like a Ferrari quality. But that's how it's been for 4 years, and then one day, one of the leaves here broke off, and then the other one broke off, and then the armrest came down. So we took things apart, and this is a good one, but we're gonna modify it. How do we modify it? We are going to cut this down, because on the other one, this is a good one, it's already broken off. And then we're gonna continue with the thread all the way down, and then we're going to set that, and we're going to have a locking nut with a flange. So what we'll do is, instead of using a set screw and this wiggle mechanism, we're gonna tighten this down with the thread going all the way in, and then the locking nut is going to be positioned here. And you can use a mild Loctite, but we wouldn't have to because we do have the locking nut. These set screws are also terrible quality. It barely came out. And by the way, it's a 2mm Allen if you're gonna get to work on it. And then this is the base, and we use the tap to clean the threads on both ends. And let me show you what we have in the bench vise right in our shop. Okay, welcome to AlphaCars shop. By the way, take a quick peek. We have a Ford Mustang. We just installed new floors here. And amazing, we rarely get into trucks, but this is a very special truck, 8.1 liter V8. Back to our chair repair, Ferrari chair repair, pit shop furniture. So what we have right here, we have our stem, and we have a die that we used to rethread it. So you can see, if you look at the very tip of it, you can see where 2 leaves broke off. So we pretty much just continued with threading it. So now what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to put our locking nut right here with the flange side facing the base of the armrest. And we measured the necessary distance, which is just enough there to allow full thread to go into the base and then the nut to lock the system. And now we'll take that other one, we'll cut the leaves off, we'll do the thread, we'll reassemble everything, and we'll show it to you how it worked out. So this is how it looks then. This is the original design where it has that split in the tip that breaks off. And this is the one that we threaded. We end up threading it like a little over 50 millimeters, almost to the end of the rod. And that allows for this part to go on. It also allows for the spring base to go on. And then on the bottom, you'll see it in a moment, we're gonna have this locking nut, which is very important. It's gonna replace this terrible set screw that, not to mention, it just goes into the slot here and it's all loose, and then the quality of the threads and the aluminum and the set screw are so bad that you cannot actually even take that out easily. But anyway, we're gonna get all that taken care of. Okay, so we started the modification of the second side of the other side, and we're gonna measure. We just threaded it, and we're gonna measure and see how we're doing. So we're gonna need to do a couple more runs of thread, and then we will cut these leaves. We don't need them because they're gonna make our rod weaker, so we're gonna cut them off. And then as we remove the die from the rod, it's gonna clean the threads. Yeah, we have a beautiful thread ready to be assembled. Okay, so we did a pre-assembly, and this is our locking nut right there. So before we're actually gonna lock the armrest with its base in place, we wanted to align the armrest facing forward to the chair itself. And we just did that, so we're going to get things tightened up, and then we're gonna install the spring. So we have our pre-assembly, and we tightened up the locking nut, and we have the armrest base aligned with the chair. You can see it's looking good. We can still fine tune it a little bit, and then we're gonna tighten up the locking nut. And basically what you do at any time now, you can loosen it up, align this base, or the armrest for that matter, because we're gonna attach that shortly. And then you just hold that and you tighten the locking nut, and this thing is gonna be absolutely rock solid. Something the quality that this chair didn't have since it was new. And we're now going to move our spring up, and we're gonna see if I can do it with one hand. Probably not, but we're going to spin this on and tighten up the spring, adjust the pre-tension, and we're good to go. Okay, so we have assembled everything. As you can see, it looks awesome, and it works great, and it is exceptionally sturdy. And since there are no miracles in geometry, you're gonna have a one spare part you can use as a little paperweight. And that was an extra nut, if you will, that would go up here. And that was a great idea for basically for decoration purposes only, because there's really no function of it. And since we cut down the stem and the whole spring system moved down, there's no room for this piece here, which is okay. We're gonna use it as a paperweight. We completed our chair project, and you can now see how it all looks assembled. It is exceptionally sturdy. We now have adjustable angle armrests, so we can actually tweak them to any angle. For this customer, we set them parallel to the chair, but you can actually turn them out a little bit, because when you often sit down, your arm is not exactly parallel like this, so it's like that. So this is now a new feature that we introduced to this chair, because before they were only in this position and they were not sturdy because of that slot where the set screw went in. We don't even have the set screw anymore, and it is all worked out really, really good. So we will be happy to report to the customer the completion, and they can pick up the chair. Thanks for watching, and please consider sharing, subscribing. Let us know which videos you like the best by simply clicking that like button.